And
And
we are
hello,
live.
everyone. Hey, we are live. You're
Hey,
listening and watching Q&A with TNA. I'm Adam,
and I'm Terry. I'm the T part
and
of that.
you are the T part of that. And it is Sunday, July 5th and Saturday, July 4th at 12:01
Yeah.
a.m. and 9 p.m.
Yeah, we're still
And
celebrating America's birthday right now.
yeah, now
The
do you
neighbors down the
all
street are. I hear it.
now is there any kind of big fireworks where you are, or can you see far away?
I mean, I can see that generally they're kind of down at the beach
Yeah.
when I went outside, but I mean, they're not super loud, thank goodness.
Okay. Okay.
They don't have like an official fireworks show here. It's kind of just whatever somebody wants to have.
Right. So we are on now. This is a show we started last Saturday. It's kind of like just a kind of like a test show,
Yeah.
and we want people out there to be watching the show, watching the answers, and that we want them to be like, "That right there is comedy." That's what we want them to say, and let's hope that they do that. But they might not. You never know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No.
you want to dive right into some of the questions?
Yes, let's dive right in. Okay, so the
So
first question, and we have a series of questions that we're gonna ask. There are five of them, and we will both answer the question. So the first question is, why do you think you get along better with members of the opposite gender? Because we both say this is true for ourselves.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So Adam,
I think the real reason I've thought about this before, and I think the reason that I get along with women so well is that where I was mainly raised by women. You know, I grew up my a single mom, two sisters, and then later on in life, I had two other half sisters that I didn't know about. My grandmother, on my dad's side, I'm the only grandson. They're all like grand,
oh,
females. So I'm only the
grand
only.
female.
Yeah, grand females. So I'm so I'm the only grandson. They're all, granddaughters. So I think being around that, and then I just think females in general, for the most part, are more interesting. Like I like talking to women better. You all have more to say, more interesting things to say, things that are, I think, more nutty also, and things that that I wouldn't hear necessarily from a guy, because a lot of times, for the most part, guys always have a very similar point of view, and my point of view isn't that of a typical guy, so I've always felt that I could relate more, um, mentally with females as well. What about yourself?
No, that totally makes sense from you. I didn't know that you were the only grandson
Yeah.
on that side. So yeah, that does make sense. Um, I don't know. As far as for me, I think I probably should have thought out my answer a little bit better. I like guy stuff. I was definitely a tomboy when I was a kid.
Right.
Like I would hang out with my dad and, we would go fishing or we'd go shoot guns or we'd play sports or we would do whatever. Um, and so I'm sure that has something to do with it. So, I don't want to blame my dad, but I think he made me a guy's girl in that
Right.
sense. Because I don't like gross things don't weird me out. So, and I'll be around some females and, just the slightest like a worm or something. They're like, "Oh my god, ew," and I'm like, "Really?" Because it's a worm. Like, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I never understood it, and that's probably just a personal preference. I think I never
Well,
got
also.
the whole female driven, like, let's play with dolls, let's play, dress up. No.
And I've also been more, like in every way, like more attracted, like as far as like conversation or friends with female opposite sex because of creativeness too. I've always been able to, like, whenever I write a script, I feel like I can write for the female mind better than I can. I mean, I could write for anyone, but I feel like it's easier for me to just go ahead and write from a female perspective. So,
But that makes sense. I mean, like you said, you were raised by women, you were mostly just around women, so
yeah. And I find it harder. I find it harder to be around guys.
Yeah, I get that. I don't know. I mean, I have some female friends that I really get along with and have similar humor, but I come off a little harsh sometimes. I'm a little
Brash.
yeah, I was gonna say that word and I was like, "Is that the right usage of that word?"
I'm not sure. Maybe not.
It is.
I mean, I've got like
Um,
two guy friends. I mean, I've got a couple guy friends, but like two or three really good ones. Jake, for one, he was actually on the radio show last night.
yeah, that's
So
what you said.
he's been one of my longest guy friends. He'd mentioned like the first time that we had met you through the radio show, and which is weird because on the radio show we mainly had guys, but women
Yeah,
were often fixtures on the show as well. So yeah, I just think I feel more comfortable and get along better. But women do have more drama, I've noticed as well.
yeah,
So that's a little bit of a
and it's
challenge.
self-inflicted drama quite often,
Yes.
which I don't
Yes.
understand. I'm like, if it's your drama, it's something real, but, like, I don't know. I like things being a little more
I like
laid
things being
back, not
smooth.
serious. Yeah,
See, I've got the reputation now that I'm drama because the past couple
no.
years have been drama. But me personally, I'm not. But I do for the longest time did attract drama, and I think that's because I attracted maybe the wrong kind of female for a lot of my life. So, who knows?
Who knows? We'll probably never know. That's our
So,
best guess, though.
that is your best guess. So the next question is, what was your last eye-opening experience?
You can go ahead and go first if you choose.
Um,
I have mine, and it's gonna sound insane, but
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
go ahead, go ahead
No,
first.
no, I want you to go ahead.
I mean, my
I don't wanna
last
lead with mine.
my last eye-opening experience was I can't I don't want to get into exactly my exact last one because I'm still going through certain things I can't talk about right now with that. But I will say it was an experience that made me realize that when you're in something so deep, you can't see sometimes what's clear to everyone else around you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
when you're in the heat of the battle or whatever, in the midst of it. But once I was able to come out of that, I've been able to it's opened I can't say the experience, but the experience has opened my eyes, made me seek help to be able to cope with things better. I don't lead by emotion anymore or feeling. I try to lead by logic and try to calm myself down. And I don't let the way others are. I don't give them the satisfaction of a reaction anymore. I'm not reactionary because a lot of the times in the past, especially the last couple of years, I was never one to start an argument. I was always the one to be pushed, 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 pushed. And when I respond, I'm the bad guy. But I have learned now I don't need that response. I don't need to respond at all. And that's given me a lot of peace that I've never really had in my life before. And it's all due to this horrific experience. So that's vague, I know, but there it
no,
is.
but apparently that was necessary. I mean, it sounds so cliche, but some things have to happen that are gonna be uncomfortable for you to get where you need to go. They really are. I'm
And
sure that will
grow.
not be the last one. Yeah.
No, no, but yeah. And sometimes just things happen just to let you know for you to be able to move past this certain event, person, whatever it may be. Like you said, this certain thing had to happen because if it happened a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left, it could have circled back around and become the same thing again. But just because of this one little piece happened to be in there, it could seal the fate of that person, that situation, and make you have to alter the way you are in order to get around that obstacle to be better and to be better for yourself. better for your next partner, your next person, your career move, whatever it may be. So yeah, I think you have to go through that pain sometimes or hardship to get to where you have to be if you want to move forward.
Well, I'm glad that you finally reached that point. I mean, that
Yeah,
doesn't come easily. People have this thing, "Oh, I'm gonna work on myself. I'm gonna change." Yeah, I mean, that's easy to say, but you have
but
to do the work. You
yes, and that
really,
like
really
I-
do.
I'm not drinking now, so that's a big step. And it's just like, and I'll let you get but in the answer the question, but you see sometimes like a picture of beautiful fruit. And if it's all beautiful fruit, it's nice, it's lovely, it's delicious looking. But if you got one piece of rotten fruit and then you've got beautiful fruit beside of it, that rotted fruit will, pretty much transform the other fruit. Instead of the good fruit taking over the bad fruit will take over the good. And that's kind of, I'm not saying people are good or bad in this scenario, but I'm just
They
saying,
are. It's fine. I've reached that point where, yeah, the people are shitty, and I think it's okay to say people are shitty.
I think they
Sometimes they
are.
are.
I think they are as a species. I think we are. I think we totally are. Um, but bad habits seem to rub off easier than good habits seem to rub off. And one of the keys for me has been get rid of the bad habits or those situations or people that lead you to these bad habits. So therefore, away with the toxicity, and I'm much better off. It's a smaller path of people, like a smaller group of people, but they're better people, and
We
they're better
seem much more
people
mentally stable.
than
There
than
was a
you've.
point in the beginning where I'm sure it was uncomfortable and you were really struggling with, like, getting your shit back together, because it had went on for so long that
Yeah,
it took a minute. It wasn't
yeah,
overnight.
yeah. So, what about your last eye-opening experience?
Well, now mine sounds silly, but it was, I took, let's see, what is today? Saturday. This would have been on Tuesday. I took the mushrooms, right? And I've done mushrooms before, but these, like the person that I got them from said they're really strong, because I was like, I
Yeah,
want something really good. And she was like, no, they're really strong. I tried them, she's basically had a good time, but they were really strong. So in my mind, I'm like, well, whatever. I've done them before. I can handle it. And these were amazing. I wish I knew the strain of them so I could tell you so that you
yeah.
can find them, but I don't know. We don't nobody knows. I just know they're really good.
Okay,
Um, and as you know, one of my favorite shows and yours is Seinfeld.
right.
And so I'm sitting there kind of at the end of the trip. I've already been my like, hit the peak and then I'll kind of cry no matter what because I start dealing with all my trauma, which is good,
Yeah,
But
letting it out.
it's not a bad thing. I don't because I don't normally let myself cry. So I'm like dealing with that. And then I put on something, to watch and feel good. And I'm watching Seinfeld and I'm like, oh my God, this show is fucking brilliant. Like every character on it represents like this. This sounds so fucking crazy. It represents like characters in the Bible and it's very religious in the sense of like humanity and the different people. See, you're laughing, but you take mushrooms and watch Seinfeld, and you're gonna be like, "Holy shit, this is a representation of humanity." Not at its best, and not even I wouldn't say at its best or worst, just what it fucking is,
Well, also,
And I know that sounds there was more to the mushroom trip. There was, like, I didn't wanna say a sexual experience because it was more than that, and I'm assuming the guy that was there probably will not watch this, but if he does, that's fine. Um, where Like, I had the kind of sex you can only have on drugs. You cannot have it normally if you're a fucked up person to where it was this connection. And this isn't like "Oh, I'm in love with this person." This was a,
right,
"Holy shit, I didn't realize that you could connect with your people on a cellular level without talking. Because 'Cause I'm a talker. I'll talk all night. So, it was like without words, there was this communication that I've never experienced before.
really,
I don't think this person's my soulmate. It's not that kind of thing. I think that
Right.
people that are mentally healthy can probably have this with a lot of people. They're probably capable of it, and I didn't even know it was possible, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's why people, are like, something's better than sex," because you're like, "Okay, I get it. I get now." It was weird, and that sounds way more intense than it actually is for the situation.
No, it
But
sounds good though.
no, I didn't realize that, you just kinda have to shut the fuck up and, like,
Right.
listen without talking.
Right.
And so that
Um,
was my eye-opening experience was that, okay, Seinfeld is a metaphor for humanity, and sex can include deep psychological connections with people.
it can. It
It
can.
can.
Now we
And
have a comment here
oh
from
god, who is it? Oh, that is very true. Yes.
very cool.
We were actually, oddly enough, just talking about that last night, Adam and I, about having to be consistent and like you're working, 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 because he does. How many shows do you fucking do? Like a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Well, see, that's
And the
one thing, and I think, and this isn't part of the questions or anything, but a side note, quickly, for me anyway, and I think for a lot of people, and I've done some research for a lot of successful people, they keep a schedule and they're consistent with what they do. They basically do because I basically have a schedule every single day and I schedule a day or two in advance. Now I know life happens. You get a flat tire, you get sick, things happen. But for the most part, I do follow a life schedule almost every single day. Do you at all?
more than I used to.
Yeah.
Like, and it's very intentional now. Before my schedule would be set around work or, just the general stuff that you have to do. Now I'm more about like letting it flow naturally.
Yeah.
So I try to if I just let myself regulate, I'll go to bed at the same time every night. I'll get tired, I'll go right to sleep. I'll wake up at the same time without an alarm,
Same.
but I just have to kinda let it happen, but it does but that's consistency too.
It is. See,
I have to listen to myself.
I like consistency, but also like I feel like and people have said one of my better qualities is I'm a pretty good motivator. I'm motivated to do things, and I like accomplishing goals. And that's one thing that I feel that I do want in a partner, somebody that help like I'm a self motivator, even when I'm down, depressed, motivation. But I think everything that we were talking about with the experiences it kind of leads into getting your life together, whether it's creating a schedule, eating better, taking out to toxic things from your life, even things like alcohol or weed or whatever. And I think that all that combined can make a very weird and eye-opening experience.
Yeah, why are you laughing?
I don't know.
I thought
So
something popped up that was funny.
no,
I assumed you
no,
got, like, a call or something.
no. So
Okay.
do you sing or dance in the shower? Why or why not? Terry, you want to go first on this one?
I do. I do sing. Yeah, I've got a playlist just for the shower.
Do you?
Yeah, and see, this is another thing with consistency. I'm really good at getting ready by a certain time.
Same.
Like, I'm good at without having to look at the clock, without having to do too much, I can go, okay, this is how long it's going to take me. I know to be ready by this time. So I have my shower playlist, and I know where in that playlist I am by
How
like
much
what
time you have
song I'm
left?
on. Okay. By the time like, Benny and the Jets comes on by Elton John, I gotta be, putting in conditioner. And, so yeah. Plus the acoustics in a shower are way better because I'm not a good singer in the least.
No, but you're a fun singer though.
Yeah, and I get into it when I'm in the shower, and it does speed it along. So yes, I do sing in the shower. What about you?
Now I don't really sing in the shower. I have danced in the shower and I dance a lot in my car. Like especially when I'm listening to Michael Jackson. Because I listen to Michael
He'll do
Jackson.
it. He'll do
I
it to
listen to
you.
Michael Jackson every single day. I mean every single day.
Really?
Yeah. Even before the movie and all this stuff, I would listen. I'm pretty much every single day. He was number one on my Spotify top list this past 2025. But
That's
I
funny. He's been
I
dead for 15, 20. Yeah, how long's he
six,
been dead?
16 years, 16 years.
Still making number
Now,
ones.
yeah. Well, on a side note, we were coming back from Lexington when he was found not guilty, and there was a newspaper that we bought in Lexington with him on the front of it, and it said
The
not
fuck do you
guilty.
remember this shit?
I have a photographic memory. Yeah, we were coming back from Lexington. So it was June 20, 2005. So
You
I
sound
think
like from the outside like a major Michael Jackson fan now. You're like, he was found not guilty on like but trust me, Adam knows this shit about so many people.
yeah, I do.
Knows just
I,
little tidbits.
but yeah, I do like the dance. Not good at it, but I do enjoy it. And if I had a bigger shower, I think that I would in a bigger bathroom. I think I would set up some cameras and make like a little video of like what
Why don't
happens.
you?
I thought about doing that, putting up some little dancing cameras and stuff, or
I mean,
not
you could just
dancing
put your
cameras.
phone. You could
Yeah,
put your
well, yeah,
phone
yeah,
up on a mount.
yeah. That's what I thought about, just putting the phone up and using it. Kind of like you did with your little video the other day. Um, but when I dance a lot, I don't always have to have music. Sometimes the music's in my mind, which could
Is it
be
like your own music that you make up, or is it like a
yes.
specific song?
It's sometimes it's often just my own music. That or it's like there's a couple of tunes that I've had in my mind that I created years ago, but they're only in my mind and they're the exact same beats and everything, but it's only in my mind. So one day I'm gonna put it down and make an album with just called Mind Music.
Do you have all the rights to the album, the comedy album that you guys did? You should re-release it on the 20-year anniversary, which is probably now.
Oh, it's past. The 20-year anniversary is
Yeah,
past.
you should re-release it.
I'll have to re-release it at the 20. I'll re-release it, but I will. Um, I'd like to I'd like to make a video for some of the songs on there.
It would be
So
fun.
that would
You
be
should
fun.
post them to your page. I'm sure there's people that don't
Well,
even know about
I
it.
posted the other day. I posted a video. You were in it. Well, you weren't in it, but your laugh was in it. I think you even filmed it. It was Jake and I played at the Acoustic Coffee House, and you and Dulcie were in the audience as well as the whoever else was there, and we sang the most romantic song ever written. It was the first time Jake and I ever played it.
What's the line from that song?
Um, Girl, I love you like no other. Have your naked body rolling in butter. Get out the whips and handcuffs too. In my world, this is how I say I love you. So,
The accuracy.
well, I mean,
We knew who you were way back then.
way back then, and then even now.
Yeah, I mean, the fun
So,
part was the making of it because I remember we were all laughing so hard. And, it was picking up on the mics because we were in the studio with you guys and we're just having to like not laugh.
I wish we'd have had the behind the scenes of the making of, because the making of would have been more fun than the actual album. Which I have a box of those CDs in the back of my car. There's like 9 of them left, so I have 9 unopened CDs. I should give out as prizes sometimes on the show.
You should.
That's what I should do. So, the next question: could you date yourself? I'm trying to push it, but it won't let me. There we go.
Okay. Um, Realistically, no. No,
You
I
don't
don't
think
think I
so?
could.
Why?
No,
Why don't?
because I've dated people in the past that were like me, that I had too much in common with, and I'm already with myself 24 hours a day.
Hmm.
I wouldn't want to double that up. Obviously, you want to have similarities between you and the person that you're dating, but exactly like me, I don't think I could. I think I would get tired of my bullshit.
Like, what would be the hardest part for you to? Well, just like in Seinfeld, when Jerry doesn't he one time date somebody that's just
I
like
just
him?
watched that. Yes, not Janine Garofalo. Was it? Oh my
Was it
goodness, I
Courtney
can't remember her name.
Cox?
Mm-mm. No, it was a comedian. I think it was.
It might have been Janine Garofalo. It
But anyway,
was
yeah, they both eat
because they both like
cereal. They both make
cereal.
jokes. Yeah.
Yeah, which is weird. I have a connection to Seinfeld because I met Janine Garofalo,
Oh shit!
and this is the honest truth. She will probably not remember this. Chances are she won't. But she did flirt with me.
Really?
This guy named Michael Showalter. He was a comedian, and he's done movies and stuff too. But I didn't know who he was at the time. And him and her were walking away from um, the cinema and draft house, Arlington Cinema and Draft House. And I knew the best way to get pictures with whomever was to wait till the crowd went away. They would go out the side door, and I would
Yeah,
just
you
be,
made a game out of it. A
oh
lot of
yeah,
the
I would just
time.
be walking down the street and get a picture. So I asked Michael Showalter, "Hey, would you mind to take a picture?" Not knowing that he was actually a comedian and had been in movies as well. And he took a picture of us. She's really short, and then the first picture was blurry, and she was like, "Can I look at it?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "That's not blurry." She said, "That's blurry. Let's do another one." And I did another one, and then she was like, "Get close," and she kind of pulled me close, but she was little. She was little, and I'm bent down too, but she was fun. She did a lot of offbeat humor, and she had like her notebook up there, and the like a little stool. It was cool. It was a cool place.
You could have been Adam Garofalo.
I would have went back to her hotel room.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure you would have.
I
I
mean,
would have with Jeff Goldblum at the time. Like I met him, I was like, he's an attractive man.
how was he? As
He
was he?
really is. He's
Was he
really tall.
tall?
Yeah, he's really tall.
He's got a new show on Netflix. I saw.
Really.
Yes.
I may have to check that out.
Yeah, I don't. I couldn't even tell
Mm.
what it was about. He plays like.
If he's playing, we need to check if he's playing at the club. Anytime around when you're going to be here, we have to go.
Well, here's what you do. You find out if he's playing, and that's when I make sure to come there.
Well, yeah,
Because of
because
what I would like to start doing before we get on to the next question is I would like to come out there like every 3 months or so, at least.
I think every season's got a different vibe to it.
Right?
Like right now, there's nothing.
I'm looking
You
at
know,
Goldblum right now.
Jeffrey.
I am a little bit jealous that you got to meet him.
He
Let's
was
see.
he
Was
was
it every?
charming. He was
Was
very
it?
charming.
All right, we've got some tickets coming up here. He's going to be in LA August 25th and 26th.
Like for stand up or is he going to be at
Oh, he's going to be the Mildred
the jazz club?
Snitzer Orchestra. He's going to be playing. So he's going to be playing 25th, 26th, August 23rd. October, he's playing in Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, St. Louis, Seattle, Denver. We could go see him in Denver and see Talitha.
We could.
Um,
I mean, if he's going to be in LA in August, that's doable.
Maybe that's when I should come out there then, August 26th. Wednesday, August 26th.
I mean, if we plan now, we'll talk about it. We'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
I think that would be fun. But yeah, so you said you couldn't date yourself.
I mean, I could for a minute, and then I would get tired of myself. I'm
I mean,
sure.
if I had my personality in a female, could I date myself? Yeah, I think I could date myself because I think I like a lot of cool things, and I think I'm pretty interesting and fun, and I'm pretty charming. So that my the female version of me would be the same, and probably what I don't know 7.5 out of 10. So that would pretty
Yeah.
attractive person.
I mean, I guess
So,
I can see that aspect of it, that you
like,
like
I
the
like to
same
travel.
things.
My other person would like to travel. But I think that they would have enough because I don't want somebody that has exactly all the qualities that I have. I want there to be some different qualities. Um,
Well, and you want the qualities to match up in a way that, like, let's say you have periods where you need to be alone.
yeah,
If you with somebody that feels the same way, you gotta feel that way at the exact same time,
true,
or it's
true.
gonna become a problem. When you're, in the mood to be social, and they're
But
like, "I don't wanna talk."
would that other person understand because they have that exact same thing?
I think so. I do think that, yeah.
Because I do have that. Like sometimes I like today, like I was around people today and this afternoon. I've been lonely, even though I've been alone. And sometimes you can be alone and not be lonely. Sometimes you can be in a crowd of 10,000 people and feel lonely. And it's more of an inward thing for the person. But I think, just like you said, I think if somebody has very similar qualities like that, they might be able to be like, okay, I do get that. You need to be alone.
Yeah.
I need to be alone because I like to be alone. I like to do things alone. I would hate for the other person to take it as I don't want to be with them but also I would want somebody if I'm dating to either really love what I'm doing with creating things and want to jump on board and be a part of it or not really be a part of it at all or just make little guest mystery appearances,
Yeah.
you know. So,
Yeah, I definitely need support from anybody I'm with, even on the stupid stuff that I like.
yeah,
I've gotta have encouragement to and it's not about what you do, it's about how it makes you feel. Like, if something makes you happy, then I want encouragement to do that,
right.
and that's difficult when you're with somebody that doesn't get it.
It is, and it's difficult also if somebody doesn't have a sense of the same kind of sense of humor
Yeah,
because so many
that's a
things
big one.
could be taken the wrong way or they could be they could be watching the show and be like, well, you did this and this on the show, and I'm like, yeah, it's
It's a
a
show.
show. What do you expect? So a lot of things do have to match up, but I don't know, I think I could date myself. So
Okay.
what is the largest age difference in a relationship that you have had?
Um, I don't know. I've had multiple ones that are about 20 years,
You've had
20-year
20 years
difference.
older though, right?
Multiple times. Yes, that's actually my average. It's probably about 20 years older.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I've got a list here that I can go down.
You have a list
Yeah.
written out?
No, I mean, well, I have my list, but I have a list of people that I could sit here and name that were 20 years older that I've had
Oh,
relationships with.
okay. So is that like your limit, 20 years, or do you even care?
No, I mean, I don't even ask
Yeah,
generally. If I like somebody, I like them. I don't really get into the age thing.
yeah,
There's no point. I mean, unless they're on like knocking on death's door, it doesn't really matter.
right. I get you. I get you. I was I was 32 when let me think. Yeah, I was 32 when I met one of my girlfriends for, a long period of time. She happened to be 19. And that doesn't really sound that good, but
It's only 13 years.
like you said, it wasn't really I'd actually turned 33 before she turned 20. But she turned 20 the very next month. But it was like you said, it wasn't anything at the time that we had just kind of started off talking about movies, really, about Jurassic Park, Jeff Goldblum was brought up, how he was one of her favorites, and Nicolas Cage. And so the age thing really didn't come up. And for the longest time, I didn't I didn't like to tell my age for the longest time. But the reason being, and this was always a thing that people didn't understand, it was that whatever age that I was, I never had accomplished what I thought that I should have accomplished by that age. Therefore, if I stated my age, it made me feel like a failure. Does that make any sense?
It does, knowing you. I don't personally relate to that, but I can see that in you, that quality.
So it was
But
never really.
you've always felt like
I've
you're
always
not
felt
where
that
you
way.
should be. Yeah, I
No,
don't know that it'll ever change.
I don't think so. Like, and I'm learning to accept that a little bit more now. But yeah, that was the difference. The other day I went to this isn't like a relationship, but well, Felicia had already put this out there, so I guess I can go ahead and tell it. I had went to the pool the other day, and the my friend that I was with, she was 25, so that was a pretty big age difference.
That one's significant, yeah.
But it's not like a relationship though. So
I mean, I've always felt maybe you feel younger. I've always felt older than I am. Like the shows I watch, the movies I watch, the things that I'm like into
right. Well, see,
generally are something that people older than I are into, older
that's
than
the
me.
thing. When I was younger, I always gravitated toward older people because I was like mature, and then I liked movies that were usually older than my age group. And it's not necessarily that I like younger things, but I have found the older that I've gotten, that especially doing things like we do, like the show, doing short films, creative things, it's harder to get people our age or older people involved. Therefore, that's one reason I have gravitated toward younger people because they're more apt to do that.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense at all.
No,
Because
it does. It does, especially when you're into like social media and any kind of technology.
yeah, and it's really hard. Like a lot of people our age. I mean, we're in the minority, you and I, because we don't have kids at our age. And so therefore we have, for the most part, more free time to do things than somebody with kids because they've got a full load of stuff going on. Like Felicia has kids and she does shows and makes time and everything like that, but her kids are a little bit older, so it makes it not as difficult if they were really young. But it's really hard to get people our age involved unless you're able to pay them large sums of money, which I
Yeah.
can't do.
No.
I can't do. I can pay small sums of money.
I mean, I don't know. I have different things that I'm into that I'll do with different people. I mean, sounds obvious, but like you and I kind of do this. I relate to you more. We saw the same movies, and I don't know if it was just because we were around each other in our 20s, so we saw the same stuff together, or if it's just that's our preference. I don't
Well,
know.
were there
I'm
things?
sure
Were there
our
many?
preferences are influenced by one another.
Well, were there many things like, especially at that point, when we would go watch a movie that one of us liked and the other didn't? I don't recall that.
No.
Like I remember, we went to watch this movie called Laws of Attraction one time, and there was this group of women in front. It was like a ladies' night, and they
I
were
remember
laughing at
this, yeah.
every single joke. And I
That
don't
was
remember.
funnier than the movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't remember the movie being particularly good,
No.
um, but I do remember us laughing about, like, the group of women up there watching it. We
They
saw
were
that in
having a
Johnson City.
time. They were having a
Yeah, they
really good
they were
time.
having the time of their life.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't remember anything that we really went to watch, or anything that we even listened to or did that the other didn't really like. Like, I
No,
don't
and there's
remember
only been 2 movies that I've ever walked out of in the middle of the movie and walked out of it to go into another movie.
but they've both been me and you.
They were both we were like, "Nope, I'm not wasting my hour and a half on this."
Team America
And The
and
Aristocrats.
The Aristocrats. And I've never watched either one of them since then.
I wouldn't give it my time, no. And Team America was really popular among, like, our friend group. Everybody we went with a group of people, and they loved it, and we were like, "Really?" Because
They loved it. Me and you got out and walked out and left. We went to go watch Shaun of the Dead. Um,
which was way better, a way better movie.
and when we walked out of The Aristocrats, do you remember what movie we went into?
Was it at E Street?
It was at E Street, which is no longer open. It made me sad.
Really?
It's shut down.
I'm trying to think what we would have walked into. I cannot remember.
It was this movie. It
Broken Flowers.
was this Bill Murray movie. It just happened to be laying on top of the DVD stack right there.
I'm
Yeah.
so the E Street was a really cool theater. It was an old one. I don't know if anybody's in the DC area, but they would know what we're talking about.
I liked
It
E
was cool.
Street really well. It was right in the heart of DC. It had like it would usually get one big movie, and it would get I think three or four smaller movies, and then it would also show like a throwback movie, like The Room. That movie, The Room, was playing there often.
Yeah.
They would show like older movies too on the weekend. And then right across from there, if you remember, I think maybe very close to there was that place where we could sit outside and eat. And we ate there a couple times. Me and you and Talith and
Mm.
Michael went there after the Norm Macdonald show. I can't remember the name of. There was a bunch of flags hanging out on the outside of it, and
I
really
feel like I have
tall.
a picture of us there.
And when you're sitting outside on the sidewalk, they were like these kind of like these heat lanterns or something that you could even sit out there in the winter.
Yeah.
Because that happened to be I took that girl Kelly there one time, and you got really upset about that. Do you remember that girl?
No.
You don't remember that girl Kelly?
No.
You and Alicia like
Oh,
stalked
I'm
her in the
sure we
mall.
did.
She worked at American Eagle in the Johnson City Mall, and you said one time you and her were like peeking around the corner, seeing what she looked like in person.
That checks out. No, I don't remember that though.
Yeah, and you said she had a big nose.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, that was the summer of 2008. But
No, I
but
don't remember that. But I
yeah,
believe you. I'm sure that's
yeah,
true.
yeah, it is true. That's that. But I can't remember what I was saying about before that. But oh, E Street.
Yeah.
But that little restaurant across from there, it was. I'll have to research and see what it is. I can probably find it on Google Earth. But E Street, no more.
Yeah, it was a good theater. And it was good because a lot of times, in DC, you wouldn't drive. You would take the metro.
Yeah.
And there was a metro station like right down the street. It was like east on East Street.
Yeah,
And
right
so you could
beside
go in
of
the
it.
winter and wouldn't have to worry about driving or being in the snow too much. So we would go to that one a lot.
Well, they also had like that's where we saw the Human Centipede Part 2. We saw that there.
Yeah.
And they would also have sometimes special guest appearance, like they would have like actors or actresses there doing a Q&A or stuff like that, or special screenings of stuff. So I always thought that was kind of cool when places do that.
Yeah. Okay.
I, I guess we could take that question down.
Yeah. But no, East Street was definitely my favorite theater. Next would be the one in Abington. Just because we would go to midnight shows and they would have cheap matinees and they would show like Hitchcock films. So
Yeah,
I'd seen like Psycho there. I'd watch The Birds there, like, you know,
a lot of and see
for
right
like
now
a dollar. I mean, it was like nothing.
the Pinnacle does that in Bristol. Every Wednesday and Sunday they have flashback cinema and they show things. This week is Jaws.
Oh,
Yeah, they're showing Jaws. They showed The Evil Dead 2 a few weeks back, but I wasn't able to get over there. But I like seeing like older movies in the theater, especially when you didn't get the chance to see them in the theater to begin with.
yeah, I miss not going to the theater, because it's convenient. I'll just watch it online. I'll pay my, $4 or $5 to watch it. And then I don't have to get up and get dressed. But the actual experience of going to the theater, I really miss it.
Well, see, that's one reason, something I had been thinking about, because all these streaming things are available to everybody at the click of a button. But for example, let's say that you want to watch, I'm just grabbing a random movie here. It's American Psycho. Let's say that American Psycho though goes off of all streaming platforms,
You
and
can
that you
always get
don't.
it on Amazon though.
Well, let's say that what if something happened? Like for example, I had something. It was like Voodoo or something, and it was like you would buy a DVD, and then it would have like a little slip inside, and you could like redeem it. But when Voodoo went out, all the movies that I had on there went away as well. What happens if
Oh.
streaming goes away and you don't have a physical copy of something? I mean, streaming is convenient, but I did like the idea of going out to like the used DVD store or even Blockbuster Video and seeking out certain movies. I always found that kind of fun.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun, and then there was the whole, like, you had to get there and get it, especially if it was a new release because it was gonna be gone. They only had so many copies, and so it
Well,
wa
see, with you,
it was
with
like a
you
treasure hunt, kind of.
when you got it, you just kept it. You didn't worry about taking it back. Oh,
Who knows how many feet I still have library books. I've only ever stolen 1 library book in my
do you know the
life.
book? Do you know the book?
Yes, it was Breakfast at Tiffany's because I love the movie. So, I was like, "Okay, well, I wanna read the book." And the library here, the county library is like an hour away, and they would not let me rent it because at the time I just moved here. And so I had like my old ID and I didn't have one for this county. And so I couldn't get a library card until I changed all my stuff. And
Right.
I was like, don't you want people to read? I was like, just here's my ID. Like, I just do whatever you got to do. But like, I just want to borrow the book. And the lady was like, we can't help you. She was refusing to help me in any way. And so my friend was there using the Wi-Fi, and I just like put the book in my backpack and I kept
And
it.
walked out.
So I stole a library book. But in my defense, that was on them. I tried to get a library card. I wanted to go the route, and they would not let me borrow it. So
You had to do what you had to
I
do.
had to do what I had to do.
So you said reads there. There's a bookmark, and I'm sure you won't remember this. And I can't remember exactly what color or where you got this bookmark from, but it was a little bookmark, and on it, and we laughed about this for a long time, like
Mm.
days upon days. We had jokes about it. I mean, I think it came up for maybe even a year later, but all the bookmark said was read, succeed. And we laughed about that we made up like characters that were saying this,
What the
people
fuck
that
was
were
wrong
giving
with
it
us?
out. I mean, we made up the whole thing. And I don't even know why you even had that. But
Not
do you
either.
have the Breakfast at Tiffany's DVD now?
No, no. I saw it on Netflix, I think, earlier, and I
Well,
thought about watching it because
I I had bought it for you once at
oh,
the Barnes and Noble in Salem.
really?
Yeah, we had went there, and when they had some kind of because I don't know if you recall, but Barnes and Noble used to have and they might still have, I've not been in there a long time. They used to have like a movie section. They would have like DVDs and then CDs, and you could actually go there and put on headphones and listen to CDs as well. Like you could scan the CD and listen to tracks on it. But they had a sale going on back there for like 3 for 20, and you picked out 3 DVDs. Well, I think you picked out 2 and I picked out 1, or maybe vice versa, but Breakfast at Tiffany's was one of the DVDs that you got.
It's a good movie.
Oh, you got Breakfast at Tiffany's and The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Those are both quality films
Yeah.
that I would suggest people watch. They're cult
Yeah.
classics. I mean, Breakfast at Tiffany's, I'm sure most people know a lot more than The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
I never had watched it until me and you watched it.
I mean, it's Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds. Come
It's
on, how
funny.
can that
It's
not? I mean, it is a good movie.
well, you must have went through like I don't know. We watched that, and then we watched what was it? What was it? Smoking the Bandit that we watched with that theme song. We got a long way to go in a short time to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
The
was
Whoa, that fucking scared the shit out of me. my speaker is pairing and it was like it like cracked and then it started talking. It was outside my window.
Well, I heard someone talking. I was like,
No,
what
that was
was
my
that?
speaker. It was like
Okay.
Bluetooth pairing, but I was like, holy shit. Okay, anyway. Yes, everybody, if you've not watched The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, you should. It was probably like late 80s, wouldn't you say? It would have been after 9 to 5. So it was like that
I'd
era of
say it's
Dolly
probably
Parton.
I'd say it's mid 80s.
Well, we can find out.
If I don't know, but if I had to guess, I'd say 1983.
Maybe.
But I don't really know.
82, 82. Look at
82.
you. You were
Okay.
close. Yeah.
Well, I knew Burt Reynolds was pretty young. By the late 80s,
Here's
he I,
Dolly Parton in it. Let's see. I mean, you can see her boobs, but you can always see her boobs.
I
Um,
saw a few people today walking with a Dolly Parton shirt on today.
really,
Uh-huh.
I love Dolly Parton. Occasionally, I'll come across that song where it's like a space song, you know?
It's like that spaceship.
Yeah, because she's on like a lot of playlists and stuff, and I always think about that. Why we thought that was so funny. It's the most random stuff that we would like get hooked on.
You let me. It was me, you, and Alicia one time, and we were driving somewhere, and that's when you first put that song on. And
It's "Baby I'm Burning."
yeah, I think so.
I
It's
think
like
it's "Baby
little
I'm
yeah,
Burning."
and you described it then as a spaceship song, and anytime I've ever heard it since then, I always think of that. So
I do love Dolly Parton.
yeah. So let's give a rundown
We're out
on,
of time.
for what we're gonna do. So we're gonna start doing the Q&A with TNA what on Thursdays or Saturday.
Um, it doesn't matter. I don't care.
Okay.
I mean, I'm available both days.
Okay. So we're gonna start
But
doing
we
that on
are
one.
taking questions. I mean, we got 2 people watching. If you ask a question, we'll probably answer it.
Yeah. If you ask a
I mean,
question,
genuinely, you can ask anything. I don't really I don't have much shame. I don't think Adam does.
not at this point. No,
So
not at this
we'll tell
point.
it if anybody has a question.
So, do you have any other shows coming up? Because I know you had thought about doing some other ideas. I know we've got Salty tonight.
Well, we have
Uh,
that tomorrow.
yeah, are you doing you got any solo shows or anything?
No, but I need to. I need to talk to some of the residents here. I'm sure I could post it on the chat that I'm wanting to do interviews. You know, if people want to come on and just talk, I don't just talk. There's some really interesting people here. So,
Interviews from Bombay, and you just
yeah,
go
I feel like
around
there's
and
a
you
lot of
just
stories to be
interview
told.
people. I think so too. So, to wrap up, did you do anything fun on this 4th of July?
No, I took a nap
Okay.
and watched a couple of movies.
What did
I
you watch
watched
today?
Mean Girls and
I've,
Easy A.
I've never seen either one of them.
Have you never seen Mean Girls?
I've never seen it.
I mean, it's like full of SNL people.
I don't know why I
I
didn't.
think
I mean,
Lorne Michaels produced it. Tina Fey wrote it.
there is actually a documentary about Lorne Michaels that I kind of want to watch. It's
What is it?
it's just called Lorne, and
Lorne.
it's just about because he started SNL and everything, and it chronicles from like when he started. He quit for about a year, then SNL failed. He took back over, and it's went strong ever since.
Well, it started in 75
Yeah,
because
so
last
he
year, well, this past year was their 51st season. It's crazy.
that's crazy. That is crazy. But yeah, so you got any other projects? Any other little? You should make like this, like a little series, kind of like you made your little reel the other day. Like, how long did it take you to make that?
Not long, but I knew exactly what I was doing. Like when I
Yeah,
left, I was like, okay, I'm going to go film here. I'm going to do this. I kind of already knew this shot. Like you're talking about for the horsefly thing.
yeah.
And so, well, I just had bits and pieces of it. And, you know, I just clipped it together. It really doesn't take that long if I have my goal in mind and I know.
So you already knew exactly before you shot what you were shooting. You weren't going. See that's always the good thing, planning. And when I first started shooting, the series several years ago, one of the early series, it would always when I would get people together, they would think, yeah, we're here to shoot. That doesn't mean we're here to write the sketch. We're here to come up with the shots. We're here to do this or that. That means when you get here, you know your lines and we're ready to shoot. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Um, so I like when, because I have been on, like we shot something a couple, probably 2020, maybe 2021. The only time I've really yelled is I was trying to get one of the cameramen to run the camera and shoot it exactly the way I wanted it. I told them exactly, but they kept on interjecting their ideas. And about the third time, I did get mad and start cussing and be like, if you can't do the way that I want you to do it, then there's no need for you to even be here. And, but I wasn't polite and nice like that when I said it. This was pre medication. So,
I mean, I think that's an accurate reaction, though. I think people, they come in and they either think they know better and like, and maybe that's a conversation you have to have from the start of, I'm not asking for advice here. I'm asking,
that,
this is, you are being hired to do a job or you're volunteering to do a job. That's not,
yeah.
I don't need your input on everything.
And that's the thing, like, I don't mind, if someone has a suggestion and if we have, because it could be a good suggestion. But as far as like shooting things, just like you stated, I know the angles that I want. I
Yeah.
know the perspective that I want. I know the shots that I need. And I'm not trying to sound like a know-it-all, but chances are the other person's not going to tell me a shot that I don't already know,
Yeah.
you know.
There, I mean, and
Possible.
it kind of goes like that with any kind of criticism. Like, there's really nothing that you could tell me that I haven't already thought about myself. I'm an overthinker.
Yes.
That's like you are your own worst critic,
Yeah.
truthfully. You know,
Yeah,
like
like,
I already, I have, I don't post a lot of stuff or use it, but I've shot a lot of stuff.
yeah,
I know how I look from certain angles. I know the angles I definitely don't want to use, the lighting I don't want to use.
exactly.
So I don't want
Exactly.
somebody else coming in and getting a weird angle. I'm like, I've done that. I've already tried it.
Well, I don't know if you're like this, and I try to keep the public image the way that I create it to be. But when others take pictures that I'm in, I want to dictate whether if I'm going to be posted and in this picture, I need to approve of this picture.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll
No,
show
I
the
feel
same.
that.
I'll do the same courtesy to somebody else. Like one of my friends, whenever we take a picture, she's like, "Hey, can you send that to me just to make sure that everything's the way I want it to be before you post it?" And I said, "Yeah." So I send it. She
Yeah.
does whatever, send it back. But I'm like, I understand that, and because it's going to be out there, you know, until the end.
Forever. I
Yeah.
mean,
So
no, I get that. I'll usually, if I have a photo, that I'm unsure about, and I'll usually, I mean, I'm never going to tell somebody, you look like shit in this picture, but if they do, I'm not going to post it.
no.
Like, I'm going to check and be like, okay, well, I mean, it sounds mean, but because it's not a general thing. It's usually just that was a bad lighting situation.
Yes.
But if somebody looks like shit, you know, be nice about it and don't fucking post a picture. At least like look at, would you want that posted if that was you? Because if
Yeah.
you wouldn't, then don't fucking post it.
Yeah. That's how I feel too. That's how I feel too. Because I don't want somebody else to feel the way that I could possibly feel.
No, and some people want to post it because they look good in it. And it's like, and usually when people want to take a picture, I'm like, I'll take the picture for you guys. Because I don't want to just have some random picture of me posted that I hate. And then
Right.
you have to be like, well, can you take that down? And then, well, they're like, oh, you're being too vain.
Yes.
And it's like, no, I didn't even want to be in the fucking picture in the first
No.
place. Like
The
you
good
were like,
thing.
everybody get in here. No, I don't want a picture.
No, the good thing. Now I don't know if you have this on your phone, but
Maybe,
on my
maybe
phone, I can erase people.
I can do that in my life, in my mind.
So in your life.
I can erase them from my life. I'm good
Oh,
at
your
that.
life. Okay, I
Yeah.
thought you said you're live. I was like, you're live?
No.
So yeah, I can just I've got this cleanup feature. And I just kind of
Oh,
like well, I can't really use that particular picture. Okay, I'll use this picture. So you see a picture of me and my friend right there.
Mhm.
So do you have what? Do you have this on your iPhone?
No, what is it? What's it called?
Oh, it's just it's not even an app or anything. It's just a feature in the photo.
So I go to a photo.
Yep. And then there's cleanup option at the bottom. It said, let me try a smaller area. Well, it didn't do a good job on that one. But sometimes it will erase you from the photo pretty well. Um, but it can't be a huge area, just a smaller area.
Okay, I'm
But
gonna look and see.
yeah, it's a
So
pretty
clean up as in
yeah, like if you click on a picture on your phone and
mhm,
click on the little, I don't even know what those are at the bottom, three little,
the lines.
yeah, the lines. And at the very, you've got style, adjust, crop, and then clean up.
No, I do not have that.
You don't have clean up on there.
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, I got this 17, so maybe it's not on. What do you have?
Maybe not.
I think it's relatively new feature.
Okay. Well, that's handy though. That's handy
Yeah,
because usually you would have to go in with like I still use Facetune
I've
sometimes
got
for
Facetune
basic
as
stuff.
well.
It's a really good app.
Yeah,
You got to pay for it now, but
it's a cool tool to have. So yeah, this it's been a
yep.
fun Q&A with TNA tonight. Tomorrow is going to be Salty Tonight at 9 p.m. in the east or west, 12 a.m. in the east. And what was your temperature there today?
I think it hit 102. I
Okay.
want to think that was the high, which isn't bad.
Yeah, today was only in like I think the 80s here, so not as bad. So it's been a fun show,
But
Terry.
yeah. This coming week it's supposed to be pretty hot. Like it's supposed to be
Yeah.
116 on Thursday.
Okay. So everybody out there, please go to all the social media, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, the other people. Also go to Salty Tonight. That is on Instagram and Facebook and Spotify, correct?
Yes. We're putting them on Spotify now. We're getting there slowly
Yep.
but surely.
Yep. So everyone have a good night. Terry, it's been a good show. Have a good night.
Good one. Bye.
Bye everyone.